Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Springfield for the 35th race of the Mountain Dew Formula Cup Series season. This is the final race of round 3 for the chase. 4 drivers will be eliminated today. 8 drivers remain, include Martin Suarez, Caleb Hoffman, Alexander Rowe, Jay Barker, Edwin Mendez, Deanna Jones, Johnny Gardner, and Philip Parker. Barker is the last guy in. He has 6 points over Mendez, 7 points over Deanna Jones, 9 points over Gardner, and 12 points over Philip Parker. Alexander Rowe is 11 points ahead of Mendez. Hoffman is 24 points ahead of Mendez, and Martin Suarez is 41 points ahead of Mendez. So that's what that looks like. Of the eliminated chasers, top 2 eliminated chasers are James Shelley and Colin Denton. Shelley has 1 point over Denton. And your hometown drivers today are Dylan Young, Zach Lickinger, and Jake Rogers. As we look at your starting lineup, Jay Barker is on the pole. Edwin Mendez starts beside him. Austin House, James Shelley, row 2. DJ Curtis, Jonathan Sorlin, row 3. Tony Green, Johnny Gardner, row 4. With Seth Cole and Adam Rogers, row 5. This is my second attempt recording this race. I was trying to show a replay of a wreck on board, and during the play of the replay, the game crashed. I do not know why. Usually it's when I go to click the buttons. It wasn't when I clicked the button, it was after. It was during it was playing. So that pissed me off. It is what it is. Gotta re-record this now and just hope it doesn't screw up again. I will say we did have an engine failure, which was kind of like Pensacola last week. So that storyline kind of got screwed out there, but it is what it is. Not going to mention anything more. Not going to mention who blew up or who did what. But game crashed in the middle of the recording, so.
Are you ready? Gentlemen, start your engines!
As command has been given. So we'll get ready to go racing here today. So 60 laps of racing action. Hope my game don't be stupid here. Ooh, somebody else messaged me. Oh my god. So we head into turn 3, going through turn 4, gonna get ready for the start of the race. And the green flag is out. Jay Barker, Edwin Mendez, and others fighting hard as DJ Curtis is almost going to attempt to make it 3 wide. We did have several wrecks in the first race I did, so don't expect us to go caution-free and expect guys to maybe pit for getting too much right side damage if they get in that wall there. As the caution is already out. Holy crap, that did not take long this time around. Barker will be the leader. Oh, barely over Austin House. As Alexander Rowe. Oh no, that's not good. As Nate Rogers has back end damage. Let's see. Did this start with the 10? Guessing it didn't. He's all the way at the back here. What the heck's the 89 at? Oh, here he is. Does this start with John Arndt? Okay, Arndt gets in the wall, and oh, wow. Nate Rogers had nowhere to go. He would have... Nope, he lost traction right there. Amato had nothing to do with that, so he's around. He's going to get spun around. There's Rowe. Rowe's going to get pushed right down, and... Wow, look at that impact. Rowe didn't get too much damage, so I guess he's going to go down pit road. And that's what happened. So let's get you to race restart. The dream is not dead yet for Alexander Rowe. He still is in the race. He is 42nd. If cars get knocked out, that will help him out. He is 11 points to the good right now. Can you not? Hey, knock it off. Knock your lights out. Jay Barker's your leader. Austin Alves second. DJ Curtis is third. Mendez fourth. Green fifth. Shelley sixth. Seth Cole seventh. Sorlin eighth. Benson ninth. And Andrew Rich 10th. That quick yellow kind of helped solidify where people were starting. As Jay Barker, green flag's back out. Barker leads. We'll see how much Rowe gets in the way here. Rowe having troubles will help Edwin Mendez climb up into the chase and keep Barker inside. As now Curtis gets into the wall. As Seth Cole diving under the 10. Barker and Alves fighting hard for the race lead. Barker's already led 5 laps today. He's going to lead another one. Teammates fighting hard for this race lead. Mendez trying to get by Curtis for third. As Curtis gets in the wall. See, that seems to happen here. I should have maybe lowered the line modifier, I guess. Barker continues to lead over Austin Alves. There's Nate Rogers. You see his damage. John Arndt's got back end damage from that wreck too, I guess. His back end's all messed up. Oh, man. That's funny. Looking at a message on my phone. Oh, Austin Alves and Jay Barker almost made contact. Don't knock your teammate out of the chase. Holy crap, if you want the lead back that bad, go right on ahead, man. Jeez. The DJ Curtis and others racing towards the front. Jake Rogers, a hometown boy. There's Johnny Gardner. Just inside the top 10. Did I see the lights on? No, I did not. Okay, they're green. Mendez trying to get back by Curtis for third. So after leading 8 laps, Barker gets passed. The fight's not over. These guys are pretty even. Mendez will clear Curtis for third as Seth Cole sits in 5th. So as Alves leads, Nate Rogers is down pit road. Philip Parker is all the way back here in 37th. Let's see if we can find any other chase drivers here. There's Deanna Jones, 25th, probably going to fall to 26th. There's Martin Suarez. There's Caleb Hoffman. And that's it. Johnny Gardner right there. Curtis losing some spots. Mendez looking for what would be second place on Jay Barker. As Alves pulls away a little bit. Barker's not too quick here. So Alves trying to pull away in that clean air as Mendez peeks to the inside of Barker for what would be second. Right now, these two are in with where Alexander Rowe is running 41st place. And Mendez will clear the 6 of Jay Barker. Mendez finished second in the Truck Series event yesterday. As Alves is starting to extend his race lead. This guy has had a pretty bad season. Has not had a single top 5 all year. Looking to change that and maybe get a win here today too. As Barker is not giving up on Edwin Mendez. Now Seth Cole gets moved to the high side by Jake Rogers, a hometown boy. Trying to do what Flickinger did yesterday and get a win. Curtis down to what is up to 6 now, actually. Gardner down to 8th. Gardner, the third highest chaser right now. Gardner, 9 points out on Barker is going to need a little more help. You know, he can't have Mendez and Barker running up there in front of him. Hoffman and Suarez are not running that badly that he could gain on them. So he's going to need these guys to fall as Mendez gets back into second, and now Barker is starting to lose some ground. If Mendez and Barker switch places, and holy crap, he nailed the wall. He hit that wall pretty good. We've seen people come down pit road before for that right side damage they get. Barker will not be coming down, though. He's going to hold it in fifth. As Curtis runs his fast lap of the race in sixth place. Going to maybe pass his teammate here. Excuse me. Hartnett up to ninth. And Mendez is going to start to try and track down the 16 of Austin Alves. Fast lap of the race goes to Hartnett at 29.297. Not going to say who it was, but somebody in the first race that did ran a 29.1. And the next fastest lap was probably about what Seth Cole is running this race. And there's DJ Curtis running a 29.278 as he moves up to P5. Passing Jay Barker. Curtis maybe starting to find some kind of rhythm. As Gardner gets put in the wall a bit by Emmanuel Hartnett, as Hartnett will pass him by for 8th place. With Chevy Ford rivalry still looming over these guys. They've calmed down a bit after Pensacola. Alves leads, and you know Mendez is gaining a bit really slowly. There is Rowe and Nate Rogers. See Rowe definitely with the damage. It's going to lose out 41st here. These guys are both a lap down, I believe. Yes, they are. So Nate Rogers will pass Alexander Rowe down the straightaway here. And he'll take 41st place. As the leaders are going to catch up to him soon. Alves gaining back a bit on Mendez. As we approach the 1/3 way of the race. Jake Rogers third. Curtis has passed Seth Cole for fourth, but Seth Cole has not given up too easily here. James Shelley sits in sixth. Hartnett seventh. Barker down to eighth. Gardner ninth. Nico Tringali rests in 10th as Caleb Hoffman is making his way up through the field as Sorland loses several spots. Hoffman maintains 14th place. Let's see who else is back here. Suarez passing Benson for what will be 25th. Philip Parker having an awful day. He's down here. He just fell to 37th. Arndt's running still pretty fast with that back end smashed in. And Deanna Jones runs in 39th, so not what she needs either. So Jones and Parker, they're outside. They're not having good runs. As Alves just passed Alexander Rowe. Mendez is having good runs, as is Jay Barker. Johnny Gardner right there behind him. Right now, with where they run, there is a 6th position gap, however. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget. I always forget the second place gets 2 more points than third. So Barker's got the bonus point like he's in 7th, but due to the position point, Mendez would be gaining a total of 7 points on Barker, which throws Barker below him. Gardner still has to make up 11 spots on Barker to pass him, so he needs Barker to really fall back. Or actually, no, does he? Wait, 3 more points. 9 points. 9 points. Okay. Yeah, 9 spots. So he does need Barker to fall back as he's trying to get by him for 8th place. Suarez and Hoffman are still pretty much clinched as long as they finish top 30. As now Hartnett in 7th going by. Seth Cole still fighting DJ Curtis for what would be 4th place. As Jake Rogers slowly closing up on the back of Edwin Mendez. Al's just pulling away again. Now, this is not as bad as what happened in the last race. Last race, someone had a 5-second lead and then a caution came out. So Al's leads. They're going to catch Nate Rogers eventually. But Deanna Jones, Philip Parker not doing good. Parker trying to gain some spots back. And, you know, if these guys get in the wall too hard, it could wreck them. Martin Suarez has just climbed up to, I believe, 22nd. Yep, 22nd for Suarez. Hoffman rests in 11th? No, 12th. Barker has fallen to 11th. Peter Sands up to 10th. And Gardner back up to 8th. It's Curtis and Seth Cole racing for 4th. So Alves is your leader. We're approaching the halfway mark. Alves with a 2.11 second lead over Mendez. That extends. Alves definitely not the fastest car on the track, but he's holding his ground over Edwin Mendez. Jake Rogers trying to close in as DJ Curtis has cleared Seth Cole for 4th, and Curtis is starting to catch all of these guys. Does he have enough time in 30-plus laps to maybe get by them all and get a win? As Alves catches Nate Rogers here, coming to lap 28. I think Alves will definitely get the most laps led. There's Deanna Jones down in 40th. I've seen no one pit this time around on this recording, which is kind of funny. No one's wrecked as much except for that first lap wreck. As Barker falls to 12th, Hoffman will take 11th. Barker continuing to fall. He can't fall too far. Gardner sits in 8th, but he can't fall too far as Shelley has fallen down to 7th. Hartnett gets by him for 6th. As Alves right on the back bumper of Nate Rogers, this is slowing him up. Maybe he's bored. You know you want to win, but maybe he's bored. As Jake Rogers will fight for 2nd place with Mendez. Now, with how far Barker's fallen back, it does not matter if Mendez loses this position. He will still have enough points over Jay Barker. So the hometown driver, Jake Rogers, will move up to 2nd place. Alves puts Nate Rogers 2 laps down. Now here comes DJ Curtis. He's got a big run on Edwin Mendez. This is for 3rd. Curtis will zoom right on by him. Holy crap. That did not take long. Curtis up to P3. As now it's Ford 1, 2, 3. Curtis probably won't try and waste too much time. Half the race is over, and he's running some pretty quick lap times too. So DJ Curtis seems to have the best car on the track. See if he'll have enough time to catch up. As Gardner has fallen down to 10th, Tringali and Sands have passed him by. And Hoffman may be looking for a top 10 finish here today. Oh yeah, he's so much faster. Chris Dodd fighting for 12th place with Andrew Rich. Jay Barker has fallen to 15th. This helps Edwin Mendez. The more spots Barker falls, the better. With where Alexander Rowe runs, Barker only has to worry about Johnny Gardner. Gardner only right now 5 spots ahead of him. And with Barker's laps led bonus, that puts him technically getting 14th place points. So he should be fine for now. Mendez just needs to not fall too much. You know, he'll still pass Rowe right now. It's just having to bet. It's better to be ahead be 3rd in points technically than be 4th in points. DJ Curtis wasted no time getting by Jake Rogers. Now he's going to try and hunt down his teammate, Austin Alves. 3-second gap with about 27 to go. There is one slow car in the way of DJ Curtis. And then they will catch the 10 one more time. But Deanna Jones, it looks like things aren't going to go her way today. Philip Parker, things aren't going to go his way. I'm just waiting to see if someone makes a dumb move and dive bombs the crap out of the corner. Martin Suarez is 20th. There's yesterday's Truck Series winner and Final Four contender, Zach Flickinger, running 16th. He's looking for 15th on Jay Barker in the 6th. Gardner continues to run in 10th. He's just got to hope Barker continues to lose spots. He's got a ton of cars behind him. Barker would have to lose 10 spots in order to fall enough. Now, if they tie, it would go off of the best finish in the round, which I don't know who would have that. I would have to look. But Barker continuing to fall positions, which is what Gardner needs. And now he's lost 10th to Hoffman. He can't give that spot up. He's got to push him. Peter Sands got by Tringali for 8th. Hartnett continues to close on Edwin Mendez, which would be for 5th place. Jake Rogers rests in 3rd. Curtis up to 2nd. He'll get by Rowe here. And Curtis is not gaining too much ground on the 16. It looks like there will be some lead lap traffic. Curtis mostly running the same lap times as his teammate in the 16. Curtis actually running slower lap times than the 16, and we thought he was the fastest car on the racetrack. Just going through the field again, you know. Parker battling for 32nd with LJ Toledo. Anything can go wrong at any point. Suarez rests in 20th as Barker is continuing to lose positions. Now he's going to get put 3 wide. Barker continues to lose positions. This time by, he's down to 21st. This is not what he needs. Gardner's gonna get him, I think. Gardner sits in 11th, but if Barker loses one more spot, then he loses out. Barker trying to get a spot back here from Martin Suarez. He will not give up this easily. He did start from the pole, and he is not one of the slower cars on the track. He's just got some bad luck here. Trying to stay in front of these guys. He's got a lot of cars behind him now. He has to keep the foot down. Alves continues to lead, but Curtis is starting to close the gap. 2/3 of the race are complete, and the gap is starting to close. Alves leads. Jones is going to be caught and put a lap down. I'm just looking around. As Suarez is falling positions now. Barker's back up to 20th. He's holding his ground for now. Zach Flickinger trying to pass Chris Stott for what would be 13th place. Flickinger, Dylan Young, 2 of the other hometown guys behind Jake Rogers, who sits in 3rd. Doing a pretty good job so far today. There's Alexander Rowe. So Gardner sits in 11th. Shelley has fallen to 8th after Peter Sands passes him. Mendez sits in 5th. Seth Cole 4th. These are the battle here. Mendez can't lose too many spots. Yeah, starting to catch up to Nate Rogers, but Jake Rogers sits in 3rd. Now Alves gaining some ground back on DJ Curtis. Alf's trying to get a win on the season here at Springfield. Question is, will we see a late caution? That could change everything. So if we had a caution before 5 to go, it could make things interesting. We know Alves and Curtis are, I think, from what we can see, about even. Mendez now getting pressure from Sands, who's gotten by Emmanuel Hartnett for 6th. Sands could be looking for a top 5 finish here today. And there he goes. He makes his move off the corner to the inside of Edwin Mendez. This is for 5th place. 14 laps to go this time at the start-finish line. Mendez, it looks like, will mostly just let him go, as Sands will take away 5th place from the 83. Gardner still sits in 11th place. Let's see if we can find the 6 as Young and Flickinger battle it out. Oh, and there's a wreck. Adam Rogers is around. We talked about how caution coming out. It has happened. I don't know what happened, but it involved the 99, and this changes everything. Deanna Jones got lapped. Or no, it's saying she wasn't. She's going to get to go by here. So Jones gets to stay on the lead lap. Alves will be the leader. This will get interesting. They won't be having a double file restart. Let's see if we can find out what happened to the 99 car. Right about here. Okay, here it is. This definitely happens in turn 1. And yeah, he just dove it in a bit too deep. He's going to get into Andrew Rich, and he loses it all on his own right there. Oh, this is going to be a hard lick. Oh, man. Back end got lifted off the ground, and Amato actually got a piece of that. He grazed him. And then Rose up next to the wall trying to avoid this, and he does. So that's what brought out the second caution of the day, so I'll see you for the race restart. 9 laps remain as we get ready to go back green. Alexander Rose going to end up finishing 42nd. I think I'm gonna say it now that he's finishing 42nd. Looking at your top 10 rundown, Alves leads the race. He's led most of the race. He's dominated. His gap is gone on DJ Curtis. These two, I think, are a bit even. Curtis second, Jake Rogers third, a hometown guy. Seth Cole fourth. Nate Rogers, the lap car is in the way of 5th place Peter Sands. Mendez 6th, Hartnett 7th, Tringali 8th, Shelley 9th, and Caleb Hoffman 10th. 9 laps remain. What's going to happen here? As the green flag's out, we're back on the way. And DJ Curtis did not get going. Something broke in the 17. Something broke in the 17. And this really hurt Edwin Mendez. Alves leads, coming to 8 to go. Jake Rogers behind him in second. Peter Sands up to third. Trying to get third on Seth Cole. Alves pulling away. Peter Sands up to P3. Alves has the best car still on the racetrack. There's Rowe. Adam Rogers falling back. DJ Curtis is on pit road with his problem. Disappointing end to his day. Suarez falling back a lot of spots. There's Jay Barker. Where's the 32? Where's the 83? There's the 83. The 32 is up to 6th. Johnny Gardner doing what he has to do. He has to hope that Jay Barker does not gain a lot of positions. He's running in 6th. He has to hold 6th place. Mendez is down to 10th. And there's Barker. He's trying to gain some spots here, as they are 3 wide craziness in front of him. Barker trying to gain all the spots he can. They'll hit 5 to go this time by. Caution comes out. Race will end under yellow. Barker trying to get a spot here on Dylan Young. That's for 17th. Mendez is in the wall up ahead. And I'm getting lag spikes. That worries me. Don't you dare crash with 5 laps left. Barker continuing to gain spots. Not what Mendez wanted. He's lost his gap. Johnny Gardner might get in. It's going to be close. Gardner was 3 points behind Mendez. Mendez trying to hold on to 12th. But Barker's too close behind him, with 3 laps to go. Gardner in 6th. Alves is going to pull away, and he's going to get this win. Peter Sanders is trying to get 2nd from Jake Rogers. Two to go. Gardner's falling to 7th. Now he's going to fall to 8th. If he falls too much, it's going to help Edwin Mendez. Right now he's got 6 points on him. Now he's going to have 5 if Hoffman passes him, I believe, down to 8th. Mendez is 13th. Mendez needs Gardner to fall more spots, or it's going to be Gardner and Barker that make it. With the white flag in the air, Barker might lose some spots here. This is insane. If Barker loses too many spots, he's out. But if Gardner loses too many spots first, he's out. Mendez is going to block the bottom. Austin Alves is going to come around and win at Springfield. But where will the chasers end up? Jake Rogers gets 2nd. Peter Sands 3rd. Seth Cole 4th. Emmanuel Hartnett gets 5th. James Shelley 6th. Caleb Hoffman will get 7th. He's locked in. Johnny Gardner will get 8th. Nico Tringali 9th. And Chris Todd gets the top 10. Mendez gets 13th. Barker gets 19th. Philip Parker got 20th. That won't be enough for him. Suarez ended up getting 35th. And Deanna Jones got 40th. So Deanna Jones is out. Rowe did get 42nd. I think he's out. I'm looking between Barker and Mendez. Yeah, he's out. So Rowe got knocked out. Hoffman got 7th. He's in. Soares got 35th. Barker did not gain enough, and neither did Mendez. So Suarez is in. Suarez and Hoffman are in the race. I'm just going to do this right now. Because if this shit crashes, I will be PO'd. Just get that. If I don't get the replay, you know, it wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, it wasn't any big wreck. Then I get the pictures of the standings. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Barker and Mendez finished exactly 6 spots between each other. That would be a tie normally. However, Barker led some laps, which gave him a bonus point. So that puts Barker 1 point ahead of Mendez. Parker will not gain enough. Parker's out of this conversation. Gardner gained 5 spots on Mendez, which means Gardner was only 3 behind Mendez. Keep this in mind. He was only 3 back. He finished well enough ahead of Rowe. So your final 4 include 3 Fords and a Chevy. Martin Suarez, Caleb Hoffman, Jay Barker, and Johnny Gardner will battle it out next week at Homestead for the championship. So those are your final 4 for Cup. So I'll see you guys next week at Homestead. Hope you enjoyed the race. Again, congrats to Austin Alves on his win. First top 5 of the season for him. So trying to end the season on a good note. But I'll see you guys next week at Homestead. Peace out.